The night hangs heavy with ash and silence. Torches flicker in the wind, their light trembling across the faces of 300 Spartans, men who have honed their blades on the whetstone of fate. Leonidas stands apart, his bronze armor dulled by blood and dust, eyes locked on the distant glow of Persian campfires creeping like wildfire across the mountainside. He watches his brothers sleep, knowing dawn will exact a price no king should bear. The wind carries whispers, not of fear, but of home, of sons who may never know their fathers' names. In slow motion, a single drop of rain falls from his brow, suspended like a final hesitation. A narrator's voice, low as a grave-dug oath, slices through the stillness. History remembers one choice, but what if he chose the other? The camera pushes in, closer, deeper, until only the storm in his eyes remains. Then black. A thunderclap splits the sky. The war doesn't end here. It changes course. Dawn arrives not with glory, but grim calculation. The narrow pass of Thermopylae, once a fortress of stone and Spartan resolve, now trembles beneath 10,000 Persian boots. From the cliffs above, Ephialtes, betrayal echoes in the clatter of immortals descending the Anopeia path. Blood-red lines flare across overlay maps. Xerxes, forces coil like a serpent, severing retreat. Supply, hope. The Greeks are exhausted, shields splintered. Throats roar from battle cries, eyes hollow after 3 days of slaughter. Reality presses in. No reinforcements are coming. The Phocians guarding the mountain trail lie broken. Leonidas' choice was never truly between victory and death, but between dying here or dying later, on ground of his choosing. Bronze glints in the sickly morning light as the king turns, not toward the enemy, but southward, down the winding road. The retreat begins in silence, not as cowards, but as strategists rewriting fate with every step backward. Through the jagged teeth of Mount Kallidromon, the Spartans vanish, ghosts in bronze, swallowed by mist and moonless dark. Their retreat is not flight, but a coiled spring. Yet, across Greece, rumor spreads faster than fire. Leonidas fled. In Corinth, councils fracture. In Athens, Themistocles fights to hold the alliance together as whispers of Spartan cowardice poison trust. Xerxes, ever the showman, dispatches heralds ahead. Scrolls proclaiming the Lion of Sparta now cowers in his den. Persian gold flows into Delphi, twisting omens, turning priests. Militarily, the move buys time, but at a cost. Without the myth of Thermopylae, sacrifice, the Greek coalition wavers, its unity brittle as old bone. The road south is not just a path of retreat. It's a gamble that survival can inspire more than martyrdom ever did. In Xerxes' golden tent, news of the Spartan withdrawal ignites not confusion, but cruel delight. The King of Kings reclines on silken cushions, fingers tracing the rim of a goblet as his generals bow low. They break, he murmurs, voice honeyed with triumph, not in battle, but in spirit. Cut to Persian scribes racing ahead on horseback, unfurling proclamations in every agora. Leonidas flees like a dog with its tail burned. Xerxes' propaganda machine grinds into motion. Carved reliefs depict Spartans groveling. Puppet oracles in conquered cities chant of divine abandonment. The psychological blow is precise. If Sparta's king retreats, what hope have the rest? Greek city-states eye one another with suspicion, their fragile alliance fraying at the seams. Xerxes orders his vanguard to press south without pause. No time to gloat, only to conquer. A retreat in the theater of war is never just movement. It is perception. And perception in this hour is defeat. In the dust-choked agora of Athens, shadows lengthen as orators shout over the din of panic. Without the blood-soaked legend of Thermopylae to rally behind, the flame of resistance gutters. Merchants pack their wares. Mothers whisper prayers to gods who seem already turned away. Themistocles stands alone on the Pnyx, voice raw, pleading for unity. But his words drown in a tide of doubt. What lion dies and leaves his cubs to wolves? A skeptic sneers. City-states that once pledged spears now hedge their bets. Thebes eyes Persian gold. Argos seals its gates. And even Corinth debates surrender. Maps fracture in real time. Red ink bleeding across alliances like open wounds. The fleet at Salamis gathers, but without shared fury, without the ghost of 300 Spartans at their backs. Oars move without rhythm, hearts without fire. Defeatism isn't whispered, it's worn like armor. And in that silence between drumbeats, Greece forgets it was ever one people. A branching timeline fractures the screen, amber light splitting into diverging fates. In one strand, Persian banners snap over a smoldering Athens. The Parthenon never rises, its marble quarried for Xerxes, pleasure palaces. In another, Sparta stands hollow, its gauge abandoned, its name a byword for broken oaths. Without the myth of Thermopylae, no rallying cry echoes at Plataea. The phalanx dissolves before it forms. Bronze armor rusts in silent armories. The Delphic oracle, bribed and bent, names Darius, heir divine. Greek fire dims, not in battle, but in spirit. Culture flows eastward, diluted, absorbed into the King of Kings, Mosaic Empire. No Herodotus sings of free men. No Pericles dreams democracy in shadowed stowers. The camera soars over a Hellenic world unmade, olive groves trampled by cavalry, scrolls burning in state-sanctioned pyres. The Aegean patrolled by triremes flying the falcon of Persia. History doesn't just bend, it breaks. And in the silence where heroes once stood, only echoes answer. Slow fade over a battlefield that never happened. Grass grows where blood should have soaked the earth. Wind sighs through empty shields, stacked like forgotten promises. The pass at Thermopylae lies quiet, untouched by the fire of final defiance. No epitaph carved in stone. No. Go tell the Spartans to echo through centuries. Instead, a different legacy. A king who lived, a war prolonged, a Greece forced to win not through myth, but through grit, guile, and unity forged in desperation, not sacrifice. Cities adapt, fleets reorganize. The stand at Salamis comes not as vengeance, but as necessity. Harder, messier, human. The narrator's voice, quieter now, almost haunted. Some decisions shape legends, others shape reality. But if Leonidas had retreated, what world would we live in today? The screen fades to bronze, then black. Debate below. What dies when a hero walks away?